YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again to y'all another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all had a very great weekend also. My day is going absolutely fabulous. Big shout out to all the channel members, all subscribers of the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Jackson, Mississippi. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Mississippi, everybody in the great city of Jackson. Now, I want to thank the channel members and also my subscribers for sending me this video because it's very sad what happened to this young boy who recently just turned 12 years old just a few days ago and ultimately lost his life. And many people are speculating and wondering how did 12-year-old Markel Noah lost his life. And also, before I start the story, I want to send my condolences out, number one, to Markel and his family and his friends, because it's very sad what happened to this young man. And as I told you all a second before, that this story is still under investigation and more info is still coming out. So please be patient with the details. But this story does have many people in Jackson wondering what happened to this 12-year-old boy and how did he wind up in an abandoned house? Yes, with an older guy who was 21 years old and also two other juveniles, and their names were not released. Now, the story goes basically that Markel received a text message around 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, I don't know why a 12-year-old is receiving text messages at 2 a.m. in the morning because I cut my phone off at night. But Markel received a text message at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I guess the text message must have told him to leave the house or to meet up somewhere, so he left the home, and that's how he wound up at this abandoned house. And lo and behold, the story goes that they was in there playing a game of Russian roulette. Now, Markel's mom and also his family is saying that this story is not true and that the media is just basically painting a picture of Markel, you know, just trying to make it an open and shut case. But the truth will come out because you had other people there. Now, while Markel was at this home, two other juveniles was at this home also. Now, I don't know if the 21-year-old was at this home also because the 21-year-old is being charged with accessory to commit murder, and the two other juveniles are charged with murder. So I don't know if the 21-year-old was allegedly participating in this Russian roulette game, if they really was playing it. But I'm going to ask you all this question right here before I start the story. Do you think that they were playing Russian roulette and Markel lost his life that way? Or do you think that they killed him and left him inside his abandoned home? Because they did leave him inside his abandoned home. And he was there for a long time. His family even reported him missing. So the story goes also that one of the juveniles told Markel's sister about what happened. And then that's when the police got involved and they immediately arrested the juveniles and also a 21-year-old. And they went to the home and found Markel, yes, shot in the face. And the crime scene was very bad. They have pictures up or whatnot. I don't know if you all want to see that, but it's very sad what happened to this young man. And hopefully his family will get justice, and hopefully he will get justice. But anyway, we will break the rest down as I read a snippet from this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I'm going to give my opinion. All of it. Surely, as we go, boy, 12 years old, is shot dead while playing Russian roulette. So the news say, at a Jackson abandoned house as 3 others are arrested for his murder. But his family insists his death was not a game, basically saying that he was not participating in any Russian roulette game, and it sounded like that he was just basically slaughtered, like he was killed. But at the same time, before I start this story, and no, we're not pointing no blame at the victims or whatnot, because this channel right here, we take up for the victims, but we have to make sense of these stories and whatnot. So I want to ask you all this right here. What 12-year-old receive a text message at 2 a.m. and leave out the home without his parents knowing? Now, was the parents there? Was the parents aware of him leaving, or did he sneak out? And also, did anybody else know that he snuck out the home? Because this sounds strange, 2 a.m. Friday morning, and Thanksgiving was that Thursday, that you would have a 12-year-old boy sneaking out the home. Whatever happened to sneaking out playing video games, or you spend the night over somebody's home? How did a gun get involved in this whole situation? That's what I want to know right there. And who was the gun belonging to? Did the gun belong to one of the juveniles because they too young to buy a gun? Or did the gun belong to the 21-year-old? Anyway, that info will come out very soon also. Now, a 12-year-old Mississippi boy is dead after playing a game of Russian roulette, says the news. But like I told you all before, his family said that's a big fat lie. Now, I don't know how the news came up with the story of Russian roulette. Maybe it was one of the juveniles that told them that. But at the same time, why was any of y'all in this abandoned home at 2 a.m. in the morning for these juveniles? Now, the 21-year-old is grown, even though he's stupid for being there around these children. And also, if you're 21 years old, why in the hell are you around juveniles? And also, why you around juveniles playing with guns? That's what I want to know right there, because, hell, they would shoot the hell out of you, maybe. Anyway, let's continue. Now, Markel Noah's body was located in an abandoned house in Audubon Place. And for my people who are from the Jackson, Mississippi area, you all know exactly where the Audubon Place is. And all this took place on Friday night, when he was located after his family had reported him missing. Now, that goes to show you how much his so-called friends thought about him, that you would call this boy, text this boy to come out his home at 2 a.m. in the morning. Now, just think, if he would have never answered that damn cell phone, you feel me? Markel most likely would still be alive today. That's why I tell you all, you must be careful. You must be careful because the choices you make will affect you some kind of way. I don't care what it is. Now, I'm going to say this also, is this right here, is that how can you be somebody's friend and you call someone out the house, you go to an abandoned home and one of your so-called friends wind up dead, but you leave the boy there damn near all day long, got his family wondering where is Markel. And come to find out, Markel is shot in the face in the side of an abandoned home, deceased. And then you have two juveniles and a 21-year-old knowing the truth, but they don't push the issue until the police come and question them. But it's a good thing that one of the juveniles did finally confess to the sister and say what really happened. Now imagine if you was a sister or somebody in the family and somebody tell you where your loved one at and you immediately go to the place where they at and you see your loved one deceased like that. Now, I'm not saying that the sister or one of the relatives seen Markel dead, but just imagine if you was to see one of your relatives dead, how would that make you feel? But back to what I was talking about these friends. This goes to show you what your so-called friends think about you. Just like the story with Shanquilla Robinson or whatnot, the incident that took place in Mexico where this woman was beat to death. You feel what I'm saying? How they left her. Just like the incident right now, I'm talking about the Jackson, Mississippi, how this young man was killed and his so-called friends left him there. It goes to show you what your friends think about you, no matter if they're young or old. Some people just ain't worth. Look at the bottom. That word right there. Anyway, let's close up before I get in trouble. Now, two juveniles have been arrested and are being charged with murder, while a 21-year-old is being charged with being an accessory after the fact. So let me ask you all this for those who still paying attention. Now, if the two juveniles are being charged with murder, does that mean that they was playing Russian roulette or one of the juveniles killed him? And also you had a 21-year-old being charged with an accessory after the fact of committing a murder. So does that mean that the 21-year-old knew what was going on and they were charging him because he knew what took place and whatnot? So is that the reason why this 21-year-old is being charged with accessory and these other two youngsters are being charged with the murder? But this goes to show you what some people think about you. Now, why in the hell when these kids in the house playing video games or asleep? That's what I want to know right there. Who in the hell go grab a damn gun, go to an abandoned house, and put the gun to somebody else's head? That sounds like somebody that's trying to kill somebody, if you ask me. Anyway, let's close up. Now, Noah's grieving family members disputed that he had been involved in a game of Russian roulette and lead up to his death. So his family members are basically saying that he was not playing no game and that Markel had more sense to go put a gun to his head. They are saying basically that it's some foul play involved in this situation. But my thing of this right here is this. Was this Markel first time sneaking out the home? And no, I'm not blaming him for him being deceased. Of course not. That's stupid. But I'm saying this right here trying to make some sense. Was this his first time sneaking out the home? And also, has he ever before snuck out the home? And also, how long have you all known these other two juveniles? And also, who was the 21-year-old? Because it sounds like to me, by him being grown, they should have released his name and whatnot because he definitely needed a scolding. How you gonna get involved in some kid mess? Anyway, a family member stated that Noah had received a text message at 2 a.m. in the morning. He went missing and left his home to meet two other boys. So my question is this once again. If he received a text message at 2 a.m. in the morning, where was his family members at? And also, why wasn't nobody watching him? Now, was the family member asleep or was they partying? Because you have some people partying to 2 or 3 in the morning doing Thanksgiving on holidays. You know, that's expected. But at the same time, if you have children, you must pay attention to your children. Now, I'm going to say this one last time. What 12-year-old received a text message at 2 a.m. in the morning telling him to meet up with anybody? I don't care if it's first cousins you meeting up with, uncles, aunties, or whoever the hell else. Why would Markel sleep? And also, where was his parents at? And once again, I am not blaming the victim. I am not blaming the parents. I am trying to make sense out of this because somewhere on the lines got misconstrued, the lines got crossed, and somebody dropped the ball. And this is why I tell you all that you must pay attention to your children. Go through their phones. If they're your child, they're in your home or whatnot, go through their phone, their belongings, because you just may find some stuff that may surprise you. Now, I'm not saying that Markel was involved in anything illegal or anything like that, but it's a sad shame that this boy just turned 12 and lost his life just a few days ago. So it goes to show you what some of your friends think about you. To leave him inside of an abandoned house, dead, shot in the face, That's sad right there. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. And if there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me. We can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed. And I will see you all soon on the next Trey King Show. And guess what? I'm out.